Bitcoin DeFi on Sui has once again gotten to the point where I need to make another video on all the places that you can earn stable, low-risk yield on your wrapped Bitcoin on Sui. In this video, we're going to be going over a kind of complex topic called restaking, which I'm sure you've heard before. It's when you take an already staked asset and then restake it. But this time it's not like an LST on Solana or a wrapped something on Ethereum. It's actual wrapped Bitcoin on Sui instead, so that you can hopefully earn a little bit more yield on idle Bitcoin. And again, this whole idea of Bitcoin DeFi or BTC Fi is the idea that there's a lot of people and institutions with a whole shit ton of Bitcoin, but they don't do anything with it. They can only have price action up or down. And during times of chop, we've seen in the past 6 months that there are a lot of other places that you could park this Bitcoin to earn more APY during boring chop times like this, or even downtrending times. So in this video, let's talk about restaking Bitcoin on Sui using a protocol called Satlayer. It's basically when you have a wrapped Bitcoin like wBTC or OKX that is already on Sui that exists as a wrapped staked form of Bitcoin that you can then put into a different protocol to use it as a backing for their security. It's not like a firewall that just activates and like is protection against hackers that try to hack into their protocol. No, it's more so like insurance. That it's like, hey, this protocol has $100 million worth of wrapped Bitcoin staked into it. It must mean that it's doing something right for that much to be trusted with it. And anytime a protocol like a bridge or an oracle or whatever makes a mistake, like let's say they do a TX without confirming XYZ, or like let's say they get hacked, that wrapped Bitcoin that is staked into it can be slashed and then taken from it, similar to how validators work on Solana, Sui, or Ethereum. And when your wrapped Bitcoin gets slashed, it basically gets stolen from your TVL and shows the world, the market, the chain that, hey, these guys did something wrong and they should maybe not be trusted with this much Bitcoin into it. It's another form that you can use on whether or not you want to trust that platform. And as the people that restake, your Bitcoin that's restaked into there is the insurance. So like let's say $50 million, God forbid, gets stolen from Momentum or Bluefin or wherever on Sui, your Bitcoin, if that's how they've set up the restaking, might be used to reimburse those people. But since you are that insurance provider, you get juicy points and APR and USDC, blah, 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 on your restake stuff. So for example, let's go into how we could use this. On Satlayer right now, there is 11% APR on OKX that is restaked into Satlayer, paid out in USDC. If you've been following my tweets, for the past like 2 weeks, I put in like, I think 0.03 Bitcoin, I think like $3,500 worth, and I got 20 bucks so far. Again, it's like, that's like not that much. Who cares about 20 bucks off of 3,500? Like, why would I even care about that? But if you compound that, that's literally free money if you do it correctly. If you restake into protocols that you actually believe in, that have high security and that won't get hacked, you should be fine on this. 11% APR anywhere in the world that isn't on chain is impossible. Even T-bills that you get from like the US government, it's like 4% interest-based yield every single year. So if here, all you need to do is just put one Bitcoin into this restaking and get 11% a year, that's like right now $11,000 that you're now farming not only USDC based APR, but also points for whatever airdrop that you decide to farm here. And in this one that I'm talking about, you get sats points, 3x of those, and they just recently announced last week that they're dropping their token sometime soon called Slay. And another reason why you might have seen a lot of mentions about Satlayer is because Kaito currently has a leaderboard for Satlayer in preparation for their TGE, which should be soon. And I think like 1%, maybe 0.7% of the total airdrop is going towards yappers. I say this because this is a lower risk form of APR you could farm on your Bitcoin, which I think is a great idea. BTC Fi in general the past 6 months has been exploding. These guys alone at Satlayer are almost at 500 million TVL in a few months. So they're doing something right. People agree with this little method here. And again, if you don't want to do that for whatever reason, there is Lombard Finance Bitcoin in here that you can deposit and you get 3x Satlayer points, 1x Babylon points, and 1x Lombard Lux points, which is a lot. So if you want to real quick try to farm something, Satlayer might be your move for this. If you have long-term Bitcoin, don't put all of it, of course, you don't do whatever you want. But I think this is a pretty good place for you to have like a low risk, not only just airdrop farm, but like USDC APR farm as well. But again, in like the next 2 videos, we're going to go over like many other places that you can do non-point based, but actual like yield-based farming as well. So watch out for those if you're not interested in airdrop farming, which I understand. We're going to go over LPs and lending and a couple of other cool stuff on Sui that you can park your Bitcoin into.